Welcome to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex. Today we're going to be taking a look at my favourite deals coming in under $10 or your local currency, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. This one, it's a massive sale to start off the new year, so hit subscribe, join us here for reviews and deals daily. We are so close to 50,000 subscribers, so if you can, please support us, it means a huge amount. And yeah, let's get started. First off then, I'm back from the holiday. I have a winner to announce for a $10 eShop gift card later in the video. Also one more to give away to enter. Drop a comment down below and the winner, they'll be announced in next week's video. Also then, watch out for the video on Saturday the 7th, where I'll be announcing the winner for the giveaway of the Nintendo Switch OLED. From next week as well, then I'll be back on my reviews. Actually wrapped up a fair few games over the Christmas period that I do need to get covered. Think Mortal Shell, Crisis Core, and the Chained Echoes, to name a few. I also have a bit of a bad throat if I do sound a little bit off, so just be aware of that going into this list today. If you are grabbing anything from this sale, then consider using cornershop.gg for discounted eShop credit. For January, it's been a slight change. Use code CORNER for 5% off your purchase. They are instant delivery via email, and you'll find the link in the pinned comment down below. Also, do know that with this sale in the US and Canada deals, they run through till January 16th. In the UK, EU and Australia, however, these deals, they will all end on the 8th, the Sunday, so definitely act quickly. Celeste then, to kick us off, a new low price here, 75% off, and I would argue that this is one of the best indies on the system, a Twitch platformer. We're taking on the role of Madeline as we ascend Mount Celeste, overcoming at the same time our inner demons. The incredibly well-handled story, though, is reinforced with incredibly tough Twitch platforming. Overcome the main game, then you can move on to the B-sides as well. They dial up the challenge even further and really will push you to the max. Incredible visuals and music then back it all up, and this one, in my opinion, is a masterpiece. Slipstream will be for the retro race fans with a new low price, 35% off, and this one, it's inspired by racers from the late 80s and early 90s, so think Outrun or Top Gear. It is a fast-paced arcade-style experience that has you tackling several tropical locations and different modes. It does add some modern sensibilities as well, although think from modes like elimination to the ability to drift and rewind. Overall, though, I was a big fan. My only real complaint, a few of the modes, the balancing, it just feels a little off. If you check out my full review in the pinned comment though, you can learn all about it. Katana Zero then is a Devolver digital gem. It's here matching the low price of 40% off. It is worth knowing nearly the entire Devolver digital catalogue is on sale right now, matching the low. So I'd definitely go ahead and take a look at that. You can also check out my recent top 10 Devolver digital list in the pinned comment below if you do want to learn more about their entire catalogue. This one though, an action platformer where you take on the role of an assassin and you must navigate more than a few lethal scenarios. It's tough and near instant death, but quick restarts make it addictive and incredibly satisfying. It also helps that the story, an assassin with amnesia, it is surprisingly strong. Horror fans, Outlast Bundle of Terror and Outlast 2 both get new low prices here, 85% off each, and just incredibly well done ports these. I was impressed with everything from the visuals standing up on the system to the performance itself. I'll always prefer the original myself. The claustrophobia of exploring an asylum and its corridors totally creeped me out, but the second game, a trek into Arizona wilderness and a cult, still definitely had its moments. Scary games though, no question, and these are about running and hiding, definitely not fighting back. The original then, it packs in DLC as well that expands upon the story, kind of what leads up to the events unfolding, and yeah, it's just a great price for each. My current review for this one, I've only covered Outlast 2, but it is in the pinned comment below. Wolfenstein II then, while I'm on great ports, and this first person shooter visually just wowed me and it gave me confidence in many releases to come following, such as the ports of Doom and Crisis. A great game as well, it throws us into an alternate reality where we will be fighting against a Nazi army. It packs a particularly brutal opening as well. If anyone's played it, you'll know what I'm talking to there, but quality throughout, you just can't fault it. Just be warned, with this one, it is a beast of a game requiring a 22 gig download, so make sure you have that space in advance before you part with the cash. It's a new low price, 85% off. A quick self-plug then now, I'm back online. Check out XboxCorner if the Xbox line of systems is your thing. We have deals, reviews, lists, and Game Pass breakdowns over there. Most recently, we've covered our most anticipated games of 2023, the best Game Pass games to play right now, as well as reviews of Blacktail, High on Life, and Callisto Protocol. We also do graphical comparisons as well, including recently Need for Speed and Callisto Protocol. Then PlayStationCorner will return. In fact, I'm pulling the launch slightly forward thanks to a massive sale that is live. That video will go live tomorrow, that is January 7th. And yes, I'm excited to get the channel back up and running with deals, reviews, as well as PS Plus breakdowns. I'm going to be going big with all 3 channels in 2023, so I hope that you can join me for the ride. Both channels here, they are linked in the pinned comment below. Fight and Rage then is an often overlooked brawler that deserves more love than it gets, often though it features towards the top of many best beat-em-ups on the Switch lists. That is very much the case for me as well. This one though, 90s arcade influenced. We are in a future where humans are enslaved by mutants and we are now fighting back. What makes it unique, it looks incredibly old school, but it packs a huge amount of features that are nice modern twists. Think a parry system, difficulty options, free player, local co-op, a versus mode, unlockables. Even the brawling itself is combo based, that adds a nice amount of depth. It's matching the low price then, 65% off. Spiritfarer then is here with a new low, 75% off, bit of a personal favourite, a chilled out experience. It has you taking on the role of the ferry master and your responsibility to transport the recently deceased through a limbo. On this journey you'll need to make them comfortable, and what follows is a game. It asks you basically to explore, craft, and also then platform through different locations. It's just incredibly well done though, and comes together really nicely. Seriously touching though, and hard to say goodbye to many of these characters. And yeah, I can't wait to see what this team does next. My full review is in the pinned comments. Dusk Diver then gets a new low price, 90% off, and it continues to drop. At this point, I think it's easily worth the entry price. The follow-up was a disappointment, honestly, on the Switch performance. Just not where it needed to be, but this original, it was a generally fun action RPG. The idea essentially is to work with gods to protect this world. You can journey between what is, I guess, 2 different locations thanks to these different portals. The main hub world, colourful and interesting. The game's downfall, all of the dungeons just kind of grey and repetitive. I still had fun though, and my review it is in the pinned comment below. The Legend of Tianding then gets a new low price, 50% off, and this, it's the first time we've seen it sub at $10, which is always a win. A side-scrolling action platformer though, it's unique, it's packing elements of adventure and RPG, but mixing it almost think with brawler combat. The gameplay is basically though the story of a Robin Hood-like character, and we're fighting against the rich. With its progression though, we'll be upgrading and exploring a hub world as well. The problem, it's 2D, so the exploration, it's kind of a whole lot of back and forth, and those moments definitely did kind of get on my nerves a bit. Thankfully though, the main levels and the combat, they are great fun, so check out my full review below. Hollow Knight then, and does this really need an introduction? It's back matching the low, 50% off, so we needed to shout it out. One of the best Metroidvanias on the Switch. It's up there personally with Ori for me, and if I had to give it kind of an opinion on the two here, this one has the better combat. I would argue Ori for the platforming. A stunning world though here to explore with a huge amount of extra content packed in, from bonus quests to boss rush-like experiences. I just can't wait now for the sequel, Silksong, a game I've basically given up on requesting. With this game though, my only warning, it is not easy, but it's absolutely worth the practice and the perseverance. New Super Lucky's Tale then goes sub $10 for the first time, a 67% off, and this one rarely gets a sale. It's also an underappreciated gem for platformer fans out there. A combination of styles though, think 3D overworld and levels even, but then it goes 2D side-scrolling for its moments. Think a whole host of collectibles though, enemies, boss encounters, basic puzzles, and a whole host of charm. You'll be taking an adventure though through the Book of Ages, a magical artifact, and this one, absolutely loved it myself, and I wouldn't expect to see it drop in price all that often. Dreamscaper then gets a new low 60% off, and this one, an action roguelike, packs a unique system, think an awake state as well as a sleep. Awake, you'll be exploring the city of Redhaven, connecting with those around you while unlocking upgrades. The nighttime though, you'll be battling nightmares in an ever-changing world. Now in 2023, I'm putting a bigger focus on covering not only new games but old ones as well, and this one, it is on my list as there's not really a huge amount of video content out there. This then, a new low price, and it comes highly recommended. Our winner of the week then is going to Joel, who shouted out Tales of Vesperia and the gem that it is. No disagreement from me here, it is an absolute classic. Congrats so Joel, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance to win in next week's video. Our final games then, Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Both games are masterpieces up there with the best Metroidvanias on the system. Basically they're sitting alongside Hollow Knight. Now as I said earlier, I do think Hollow Knight has the better combat, but I do not think Hollow Knight can match the fluidity in the movement these games pack. While I didn't cover the first entry then on the channel, I did review the second. It's one of the few games I've given a 10 out of 10, and you can find that video in the pinned comment. Just emotional storyline, stunning performance and visuals on the system, and yeah, just a huge amount here to uncover. Genius games that are some of my favourites of recent memory, and these then, they are 63% off, and that is a new low price. And that's the video down. Will you be adding anything to the library? Let me know in the comments down below. It's definitely really good to be back, even if I'm fighting through this bad throat at the moment. With that though, like, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews and deals daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.